Amelia.
It's so funny, like being professional. Not that this is
I don't
a
think this
professional
is going to be
podcast.
very
No offense.
professional.
And because I'm good, I'm friends with you.
No,
very good friends with you.
Very, very good, very old friends.
Yeah.
We've known each other since we were very young.
Yeah, about I don't know, maybe like 14.
Yeah, that was when we started going out together.
That's when we were.
That's when we were in
a relationship. Yeah.
That will be the the outbreak of this episode. We used to date. No, that was when we started going to like parties together because we grew up in London.
Spoiler.
Can you tell?
Yeah.
But we used to go to like house parties together. Mm-hmm. Do you remember the first like house party you went to as a teenager?
The first house party I went to as a teenager was probably maybe warehouse.
Oh my God, yeah.
In Walthamstow. Like our friend had lived in a massive warehouse in Walthamstow, and his mum would be in and out of the country, it seemed. Or like he always had a free house.
A free house. If you don't know what that means, it means your parents are away.
Is that not a thing that everyone knows, free house?
I don't think so.
Come around and got a free house.
Well, when I say that to people who aren't from London, they don't know what it is.
I got my house for free.
And then also like the other day, Anna said it about her about Rafe not being there. She's like, we got a free house.
It's true. I'm never not going to say free house. I'm also never going to not say year below if someone's younger than me. Yeah.
We'll be 55 years old and we'll be like, oh yeah, she was in year below at school.
Below, exactly. So yeah, going to his house, and we wouldn't be able to take any of our belongings with us because every time we went, we'd get mugged on the way there.
Oh yeah.
Like consistently. Yeah. Like, so you just be like, well, we're just what is it?
We're just going
raw dogging
naked.
It.
Yeah.
We're going
raw dogging. Not even an Oyster card.
We're just going.
We're just going to hitchhike our way
everything
home.
will be taken from us. And yeah, we go there, and then it would just be like a massive rave. That's where I also had my first kiss.
Was that where you had your first kiss?
And my first kiss there. And then the guy who it was with then denied it happening afterwards. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
Tyler, the producer I went to school with, and she.
That's
you remember
traumatizing.
This? No, I know.
That's really traumatizing.
I know. So because I was one of the last people at school to have a first kiss, and then I went in the next day. We were like 16 or something.
Yeah.
I went in the next day, and another girl in class who I was meant to be friends with came over and was like, I spoke last night, and he said that he didn't kiss you in front of everyone.
Oh my God, that would really traumatize me. That's a bad.
Maybe that explains.
That's a bad.
Everything.
Yeah, maybe
that explains.
No, but that's
everything.
a horrible thing to actually happen to you as a teenager.
I know.
Me on the flip side, I actually made up my first kiss.
What?
Like me and Anna, basically, everyone else had had their first kiss. And so Anna was like, you need to have kissed someone. So Anna had a house party all in like one effort for me to kiss someone. We were like 14 years old. And then I didn't kiss someone. But then we went into school and we just told everyone that I did. And we made up a character that wasn't a real boy from Stoke Newington. Well, until now.
Until now, yeah. Sorry, it's all been
yeah, but so on the flip side, I was lying. You weren't.
I wasn't lying.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. That's horrible.
Yeah, well...
Did that scar you with getting with boys? Like, were you then like worried about like what boys were gonna say?
Well, maybe, yeah. Maybe to this
really...
day, I'm still traumatized by what has happened. But yeah, that's the first party I remember going to, really. And then I also remember that me and like the girls I went with, we all arrived in fur coats, but it just wasn't.
It wasn't a fancy dress party.
It wasn't a fancy dress party. It was giving like Narnia, and it was just not needed.
But that was quite that time.
Like a massive fur coat.
Big fur coats and like American Apparel dresses and then bare legs.
When you're young, there's something about a fur coat that just feels so adult.
It does, yeah.
It's the fur.
I think we felt really adult. Like we used to go to those underage raves.
Yeah.
Which... I don't know if they still exist.
I don't know.
I hope they don't. I actually hope they don't.
I remember faking an ID to get into an underage rave. So you had to be over 16. And I remember like printing off my passport and like literally writing on like another date to say that I was 16 when I was actually
But
15.
I thought you could go if you were under 16 because we used to go.
I was
to
under
one-
18.
Oh,
Yeah.
But we used to go. I remember we used to go to one at ULU. Do you remember? Did you?
What's you,
The
Lou?
University of London. It was like
Oh.
in the student bar, and my mum dropped us off. Do you remember that? My mum dropped us off at like 6 p.m. and then picked us up at like 9.
Yeah.
And we were obviously gonna like go and snog loads of boys.
Yeah.
I definitely got mouth herpes at one of these underage raves. Because that's why I'm like, I got mouth herpes at
That
some
was
point
like
in my teenage
I was
years.
actually never that person that would be like kissing loads of boys at like parties, but I remember there was a time where like it was just so normal that you would get with about 10 boys,
And that
Yeah.
we would all get with the same boys as
Yeah.
well. Like I remember there was a house party where I got with like 6 boys. in
I
one
think we should
night.
bring that back, like the idea of like kissing multiple
Lots of
boys in
boys,
one
yeah,
night.
'cause
Yeah, I
kissing
can
is so
barely
nice.
kiss one these days.
But kissing is so like, it's the best part of like getting with someone on a night out. It's like then having to have them in your house is like more stressful. Just being able to casually kiss someone is amazing.
Yeah, but only if they're a good kisser.
That is true.
If they're a bad kisser, it's just it's exhausting, really.
But I had my actual first kiss at Let's Go Crazy.
Wow, you really went crazy.
I went crazy.
You were like, let's go crazy.
And
I shall.
It was with someone who you also got.
Wait, what? On the same night?
I can't remember if it was on the same night, but you got with him. But I'm not going to say it.
Wait, say it. We'll bleep it out. Oh,
Yeah, he was my first kiss at Let's Go Crazy.
I saw him the other day.
He's quite hot now, is he? No? Anyway, I haven't seen him for ages. He's anyway, right. So underage raves, like what was I gonna say? Did you have when you were younger, I'll stop talking about me and the story now. Did you have like when we would go to these parties, like I remember I used to feel really like intimidated because I wanted to be like cool and hot and like wanted all the boys to get with me. Did you have like that anxiety?
100%. I had braces as well. Just put that out there.
Just trigger warning.
Trigger warning. I also
Braces.
had braces, and I was also like so small. I remember always having like such a fear of like I was just really, really skinny and small, and like my little braces and my ears were like too big for my face, and my forehead was really big as well. I've kind of grown into all of these aspects of my face.
You're very, very beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But like when you're that age, you just constantly have boys telling you that
Yeah.
you're not, and also that like literally being like your forehead's fucking massive, and you're like,
What people said
yes,
that to you?
and people would always like boys would always say like, why'd you have your hair up? You like so bad with your hair up.
You're joking.
Yes, all the
Oh my
time.
God.
Anyway, and then I remember once when I plucked my eyebrows, and I remember like going to someone's house, and then the guy being like literally like, what the hell have you done to your face? And I was like,
What did you do? How much did you pluck?
no. I was like, I've had a glow up, and he was like, you look like an alien. Anyway, so I just think moral of the story is like just don't hang out with boys, like
But all
as a young
teenage
person.
boys, yeah. I think as well, like maybe that's why we both became so funny. Do you know what I mean though? Because like boys were so rude about me at school, but I didn't care because I was like, they were also so scared of me because I was like a big bully. Like I was so aggressive with boys. Like if anyone was rude to me, I'd be like, well, I'll fight
punch
you.
them in the face,
I'll
yeah.
fight you. But then maybe that's why we developed like such amazing senses of humor.
Yeah, it was all worked out for the best. But yeah, I would definitely be nervous about that, like about what I look like and just being liked and wanting to be like spoken to, and I feel like it's hard when you're not like the hot girl or like the popular girl. You just sort of get overlooked, and then basically I decided to become famous. And
Well,
then,
that's exactly it.
then now everyone wants to talk to me.
It's
So
the redemption
it's
story.
Fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. But when you started to get more known, how did you find like going out or like going to parties or like socializing at the start of that? I feel like it must have been a massive transition suddenly, like people knowing who you are, where you go.
I've always loved partying, and I've always actually felt like quite comfortable in social situations. Like I've always someone who like loves going out like every every night of the weekend. And then
you really do.
like I do just like going out a lot. And so like when I started getting invited to like more like industry parties or stuff, I was just really excited because I feel like that's always what I've wanted to do. Like, I've always just wanted to go to like the best parties ever. And I feel like then you get to a stage where you're invited to really fun things. And some obviously like you have these high hopes of like celebrity parties and they're going to be really fun, and sometimes they're obviously not, and then your mate's party is like going to be so much better. But it is fun to have the opportunity to like go to amazing venues or like where so much money is thrown at a party. Like often it's going to be good. What
is the best party you've ever been to?
The best party I've ever been to? I went to an amazing party after the Oscars this year.
Really?
Yeah, that was really, really good. Like it was after I'd been working the whole day, and then I actually got to go to the actual, I was working the red carpet
and
at
then
the
you
Oscars,
went to...
and I went to watch the actual Oscars, and then I went to an after party at a massive mansion.
Oh.
And it was literally like every single celebrity in the world ever. And they were all like really like off duty. Like everyone was super relaxed. Like you weren't allowed to take any photos. There was like a massive dance floor, loads of people were dancing. You would just like be bumping into different people. But I nearly didn't get in. I was on the guest list, but I didn't know how like strict it would be. So I had a +1 and I just brought...
when you tried to... When you tried to bring 10 people to a party we tried to go to last year.
Oh, after Carnival?
Yeah.
I tried to bring 10 people to the party.
Amelia, we turned up and Amelia was like, hello, I have a +10. And they were like, fuck off.
Yeah, and then I was like, no, please. And then I spent like 10 minutes haggling with the organisers being like, okay, what about 8?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, and I was like 6. And then I got, 3? I got 3.
Of us got to go.
I thought I'd never
was
be
one of the
invited back.
chosen ones.
You were, yeah. I thought I'd never be invited back, but I was.
So you turned up to this VIP
with a +2.
With a +2.
And I was like, oh, like hopefully it'll be fine. It was not fine. The people at the door.
Did you have a +1?
I had a +1.
Right, okay.
The people at the door were like, how dare you think you could bring 2 people when you have a +1? And I was like, oh my god. They were like, you've got an invite this year, but like you might not next year if you carry on behaving like this. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then we basically had to get you had to cut the fat. Yeah, I mean, she actually wasn't my friend. She was my friend's friend.
Right, fine.
So I left it with my friend was like, I'm sorry, you're going to have to leave. So she just got out of the car and was just on the street, on the middle of the road.
It's so awkward though with these kinds of situations. I had this recently where like I was trying to get into a party and then like they were just saying only me and 2 other people could go in. And then I was with someone else who just chose themselves to leave. She was like, it's fine, I want to go home. And I was like, oh, I feel so bad. She was like, well, I can't come in, so it's fine, I want to go home. And I was like, this is so awkward. Like, I hate it.
I hate that too. But I feel like I'm quite cutthroat.
You're so like cutthroat. I'm like, yeah, you're like, goodbye. I'm like, never think about you again.
I mean, like don't even say goodbye.
I'm gone. I'm going inside.
I'm just addicted to partying.
Not looking back.
Yeah, so long.
So that was the best party you've ever been to?
Well, it was just
what do
amazing.
You think?
I'll remember it forever. Like, I really should start journaling.
You should start doing
or just go on more podcasts where I can talk about things.
Exactly.
Just, like,
well, you're welcome on this podcast whenever you go to a good party. You can come back and talk about it.
It was just amazing, and I like met Austin Butler. He came over to me. He was like, "Hey, I love your show."
Did he have his weird Elvis accent?
No, he had his accent, which I feel like is now just like a morph of
like an amalgamation of the two.
Yeah, and then it was really fun. I found a guy with a cowboy hat. Pirate hat. Took the pirate hat, wore that for a bit. Pirates not that cool though, are they? Are they? I feel like a pirate hat actually has
pirate hat.
Yeah,
it's very Felix.
Yeah, very much
Shout
so.
out Felix.
Yeah, it was really fun. But then it got to a point where I was kind of on my own, and I looked around and I was like, I can't. There's no one else here I know, so I left.
Yeah, and it's so situations like that where you're like, God, I wish I did have my +10.
Yeah,
like because the dream would be to be at that party with all of your best friends.
Exactly,
because that's so fun. Because then you're like, you can observe the madness while also being like, this is so mad.
It's fun to bring those people, but then at the same time, I actually like recently have been having fun going places on my own.
Because you're really like so good at that.
Yeah,
you are. You're very. Yeah, you're very sort of socially like confident.
Socially confident. I like sometimes I feel like when you bring someone to something and they don't know that many people, it's actually like
Well, that
more
is,
annoying.
yeah, totally.
And so sometimes I will just be like, right, I'll probably know people there.
Yeah.
Or I do actually really enjoy meeting people and making friends at parties. So I'll just go on my own and it will be fine. But sometimes that happens, but then sometimes it kind of backfires and then you're just like sort of on your phone in the corner, like waiting for to see someone, or like just taking a lot of toilet breaks.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think meeting, my fear is that I worry that I'll be stuck in a situation that I don't want to be in. And then when I'm on my own, I don't have someone to help me get out of it. So I get scared that I'm going to get trapped in conversations with people.
I do get trapped in conversations with people though.
Right now, are you trapped?
Yeah, like right now.
Literally this right now. Yeah, you can't leave. You're stuck.
But that happens. But I just feel like I'm not, maybe it's just a sad reality that I'm not scared of it. I just know it's part of life that like I will just get trapped in conversations that I don't want to be in.
But this is why I don't like dating that much, because I don't like being stuck in a conversation.
Yeah,
that's
actually the worst kind of date. Like I'd much rather like a terrible date where like the person's absolutely out, like
awful,
crazy and
saying
awful
wild shit.
Yeah, and literally like,
because at least it's entertaining and you have stuff to reply to.
When they're boring and the conversation is completely boring, it's so. I mean, what do you say like when you're at a party, like to get out of a conversation? I feel like I need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
or like,
I just say I've got to go, or I just walk away,
or
just walk away. Yeah,
like sorry, I can't.
My like godfather, who is no longer with us, but he used to just like in the middle of a conversation that he wasn't enjoying, he would just walk away, or like if he was on a phone call that he wasn't enjoying, he would just hang up. And I feel like I need to be more like that.
Guys have done that to me before.
What, they've just hung up?
Yeah, there was like there's a really,
or they've just walked
there's
away.
a really famous comedian that I won't name his name, and I was at a party in LA, and I was like talking to someone else, and we were like introduced to him. You actually have a massive crush on him, and then we were just mid conversation, and he just walked away. He just walked away. And I was like,
when a man does that to me, because that happened to me recently with like a really big film director, and I was like, he must fancy me.
Oh, it was just, he couldn't deal with how beautiful you were.
I was like, he's so intimidated by talking to me that he literally mid a sentence walked away from me. He just said, how are you? And I answered and he just walked away.
That's definitely what happened.
I was like, he's in love with me. So maybe he fancies you.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I think I know who you're talking about. What was I going to say? So what do you think like makes, because you are a really good host as well. Actually, come to think of it, you are obsessed with parties.
Oh my God.
I've not realised this, but you're like a party girl.
You
love hosting.
I really love going to parties and hosting parties, because I feel like I always want to be at the party. So I'm like, if I'm not going to get invited to the dream party, I'm going to make it. But then I don't feel like I'm a very relaxed host. I think that I'm constantly worrying if like people are having a good time or if everything's going well. Like I take a while to relax into things. / do I ever even fully relax? But I still
relax,
like hosting.
I think when you've invited everyone, it's hard. You constantly want everyone to have a good time.
But I feel like I have a good sense of like what makes a good party, and like, but that's also just from like.
So what does make a good party?
What makes a good party?
What would you say?
Hot people on the guest list.
Loads of hot people. And they have to be single as well. If they're not single, they why are you there?
Why are they there? Literally?
Don't talk. Stop wasting my time.
Exactly. Don't leave the house.
Yeah.
If you're in a relationship, stay inside.
Yeah. Lock yourselves away until you break
Only
up.
single people are allowed on the streets.
Then you can come back out. Yeah,
for sure. The venue is so important. I feel like I've been to so many parties where like you get there and you're like, the venue's rubbish. Like it's like my least favorite kind of venue is just like a corridor.
Yeah,
where you're just like,
it's like hot.
A hot corridor where there's too many people. I feel like you have to have enough bar staff on the bar so that you're not queuing for the bar for ages. A good smoking area, but
key until Keir Starmer's about to ruin Great Britain.
Yes, is that true?
Yeah, well, apparently, from the new year, we're gonna not be able to like have smoking areas.
Wow, so many transformative experiences just like will not be happening.
All
in the future.
Like of the best experiences on nights out happen in smoking areas, and like so many of the like great one night stands that I've had have like begun in smoking areas. Yeah.
I actually don't really spend too much time in smoking area. I actually would say that for me personally, like the smoking area has to be good, but it can't be too good that everyone's
everyone's
in the smoking
there.
area and no one's on the dance floor, because there's nothing worse than like someone going around being like, can you go in and dance? Can you go in and
that's
dance?
awful.
I hate that. My sister was,
I'm always out in the smoking area and people are like, can you go and dance? And I'm
you're
like, no.
you just pretend you don't hear them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that also is a good party. And then I think having it go on late enough, like,
You threw a good party in July. That was a really good party.
yeah,
I really
it
enjoyed
did have
that.
a big smoking area.
That was all about the smoking area.
Yeah,
I
and then my
love that.
sister did go around and she was like, everyone get inside. I was like, Zoe, sit back down. That's the most embarrassing thing to do, to ask people to go and dance. I was like, stop it. Yeah. She literally did my, it cringes me out so much when people do that.
Yeah, but it was that was a good party.
It was. And then I
Yeah.
stayed in the car park for another hour on my, like, not on my own, but I was like, wasn't ready for the party to end. So I was just standing in the car park and everyone was like, Amelia, should we go to an afters? And I was like, no, let's just stay in
Let's
this
just
car
stay in the
park.
present.
Yeah.
Let's just be mindful.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is, I feel. I'll just wait a sec. You are quite good. Well, maybe now we're thinking. I was gonna say you're better than me at like knowing when to end a night.
Yes,
I think you are better than me.
I had a good run of that. Like when I was younger, I was always like would be the last person to leave the party, and then I was like, this is ruining my life and it's affecting my relationship because I like have the worst hangovers in the world. And then I changed things around, and then I was really good at leaving at a reasonable hour. And recently, I've been staying out. The thing is, recently I've been staying out later.
Because you've been having fun, though.
But I've been having fun.
I think
I
that's
actually
the thing.
haven't
You've just
been beating myself up about it.
No, because also I think, and since you've gotten older, you just have to get better at like not overdoing like how much you drink, so that you're not always hungover. I think if you manage that, then like it's really fun to go out if you're having
Yeah,
fun.
I found it easier to like. My hangovers have got so much better, and I also think just like little things like drinking water before you go to bed, guys.
That's a huge invention.
Water.
That
would be so epic if someone like made a pill that you could take that like stopped your hangover.
I know. I also just think, why haven't they invented a healthy cigarette? Because I would love that.
Okay, but
Like
what
a
about the
cigarette
ones
that's
that
good for you.
actors have on stage? Like,
But they're not real cigarettes.
okay,
They're like fake. It just smokes.
okay, but wouldn't that be a healthy cigarette?
No, because nothing goes in. It just.
I feel like
smokes.
people tried to do that with vapes, and then it was just
I know,
worse
and
than
it's
ever.
just
It was,
made
like,
it
making
worse.
people's lungs explode.
Exactly. Anyway, so because I do think what would drive you to go to an after party?
If my crush was there.
Exactly. That's the same with me. It's
No,
like,
but then actually, recently, it hasn't really worked out that way.
okay, but sometimes I'm like, whenever I'm at an after party, I'm like, the only reason I'm here is because someone I fancy is here.
Yeah.
Like,
I
that's
mean,
the only reason I'm here at 6 a.m. in Wimbledon. Like,
Yeah, no, literally.
like literally, like,
Yeah.
because I fancy someone here.
No, it's true. And like I did at Glastonbury, I was like out until early in the morning, and it was simply because my crush was there. But I don't think that really. I also just don't think it really works out, because like, do you want your crush to see you at 7 a.m? Like,
I don't know that. Yes and no, but I also think basically, I've always had this like motto, which is nothing good happens from like 3 to 6 a.m, in my opinion.
oh yeah, you invented that motto, didn't you?
No,
Yeah.
I did. That's
Yeah.
something that I've been saying since we were like 14 years old.
Yeah.
Nothing good happens between 3 and 6 a.m. The only reason I will go that far is because I'm trying to chirp someone. Otherwise, I do just think, shall I go home?
But do you not think that like if it was going to happen, it would have happened before 3 a.m?
For sure, but there's no logic at 3 a.m. There's
I
no
also
logic.
think the idea of like going back with someone at 6 a.m. like is hell. Like
hell.
Because like really you should probably like go home and like take a shower.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't have the capacity to do that. So it would just no.
Also, this is where I'm at in my old age, is I just think I don't want to wake up hungover with a stranger in my bed.
Yeah.
I just don't
fair.
want that. I'd much rather be alone.
No, I think that's great. That's like number 1 on your manifesto.
That and nothing good happens between 3 and 6 in the morning. You get quite bad hangovers.
Yeah, really bad. But like, yeah, I used to get really, 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 really bad ones. Like I would not be able to leave the room for like the whole day.
Really?
Not open the curtains.
Really?
Like throwing up into a bucket. Like just horrendous, awful.
But they've gotten better.
Yeah, they've gotten better because I just don't get that drunk.
No, we've grown up.
We've grown up.
We've
yeah.
grown up.
They're definitely better. I feel like it was actually like one of the reasons why me and my ex broke up.
Was because of your
My hangovers. Like honestly,
was
like
it him? Was he like, I've got a brain tumor, I have to go?
he was like, I can't deal with this. Like you literally like we have like one day together and you're like in bed the whole day. Like it was really bad. But I also was like 22.
Yeah, that's the vibe. That's the vibe.
Yeah, no, I sorted that out. Like don't worry, anyone listening. Like
No, yeah,
it's gonna
very
be fine.
eligible. Amelia is great on a hangover.
Yeah,
you are.
I'm the best. If anything, I'm better than
better than
ever.
Than ever. Yeah. Well, we were just on holiday together, and you were great. You were great on hangovers.
I didn't really get hangovers.
I didn't get hangover, but you don't get hangover on holiday.
I love to sleep.
Yeah,
Like,
same.
One thing about me is I like to sleep.
That's
And
Amelia's invention.
Yeah, sleep.
Sleep.
So good. I will just sleep on a hangover. I'll like have to get my 8 hours. Whatever happens,
Yeah,
I need
same.
to get my 8 hours. But yeah, we had a great time on holiday.
We had a great
went
time.
to a great party.
Describe the party that we went to in Italy, because I actually think that's my dream party.
Oh yeah.
I kind of do think
Okay.
that.
Well, good. Well, amazing. You went to your dream party.
We were abroad, which is first like tick for me. It's like I like parties when the weather is really warm and you're outside. We just found it as well. We didn't know that it was happening.
So basically, what happened? Yeah, I mean, basically, what happened was we were in our villa and we heard some amazing music, and we just
followed the music. And then we found this club, and it was like on the sea, and the DJ was about 14 years old, Italian kid, the best DJ
in the world.
Like truly his set was like pyramid stage level. Yeah. It was out of this world.
It was unbelievable.
It was unbelievable.
To the point where I was like, I need to get his details. I'm going to fly him out.
Didn't you find him? Did you find him? No.
I didn't find him, but his girlfriend found me.
No way.
Yeah, because I posted him on my Instagram story. And then I got a DM from his girlfriend being like, that's my boyfriend. I'll tell him that you say hey.
He was incredible.
And I was like, no, give me your boyfriend's number. Like I need to book him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was incredible, playing so much fun music. What was that song we were listening to? I'll follow you deep sea.
It was honestly one of the best sets I've ever heard in my whole life. It was really good.
And there were also some really good looking guys there.
So many good looking guys. It was like but then basically me and Amelia, because we were like the single people. So we were like trying to go off and like talk to people.
We were marching around.
We were like going up to people like, hello. And then you were talking to someone, so then I saw this like really hot guy. And I just walked over to his table, and he was sat with his friends. I just walked over his table and I was like, hey, like, do you have a cigarette? And then I tried to talk to him, and then his girlfriend just like put her arm around him, and I was like, yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough.
Amelia.
No, I was started talking to that Australian guy, and then I was talking to him, and then everyone was like basically waiting for me because the party had ended and wanted to go home. Yeah. And then someone like Petra came over and was like, we're gonna come back on Friday, so like maybe you could hang out then. And I was like, I'm trying to like chirp this 22-year-old, and then
didn't you?
No, basically, then I said, okay, well, nice to meet you, and then he shook my hand. He like, put his hand out and shook my hand, and I was like, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
I'm just gonna literally die.
But that was a good party. I think that had like elements of like good music, hot people, warm weather. Also, for me, I don't like being at parties where I know everyone.
Yeah, and we didn't know anyone.
And we didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
It was just like 5 of us. So that was really fun for me.
I like being at parties where I know everyone.
I know. If I like them, amazing. Oh. But if I don't like them, I don't want to be talking to them.
What's that like really famous Kim Cattrall
that's
quote where she's
how
like,
I
don't want to be anywhere. I don't
want to be anywhere even for a minute that I don't want to be. But that's kind of how I feel. If there's like an ex or someone that I like don't want to see somewhere, it makes me like feel like, why are you here basically?
Yeah. I actually got FOMO recently for the first time in ages, because usually I don't get FOMO because I'm at the party.
Because you're there.
Because I'm there at every single invite me, I will literally go. What was that quote? It's like, I'll go to the opening of an envelope. Literally that's me. That's literally me. I'm like, okay, sure. Yeah.
And you're also very early. You like,
no, we're not too early.
No, not too early, but something I love about Amelia is you're so punctual.
Yeah.
I remember when I had a birthday like years ago, and it was just me, you, and my boyfriend at the time for the first. Do you remember Crystal Park Tavern? Do you remember
Blacked
that?
out, I don't
for like
remember that.
2 hours, like no one else came. For like the first 2 hours, it was just me, you, and my ex.
Oh,
yeah,
so cute.
I was really grateful. I don't want to be in a situation for even an hour where I'm not enjoying myself. Yeah, I feel that, but even for a minute, if I'm not enjoying myself.
For a minute.
but obviously I will stay, but like this is why I like going away with my friends, because it's like it's just us.
I'm always hopeful though. Like I feel like I'm always hopeful that even if I go and maybe I'm not having fun at the beginning, like it will get better.
Yes.
And sometimes it does. And then sometimes it doesn't, and you just leave. Like I went to a party on the weekend and I got there and it was so busy and I just wasn't in the right mood, and then I left. I think also like partying, it's so dependent on your mood.
Yeah.
Like you can be in a really fun mood that evening and you can go to a party that's like average and you can have a good time.
Yes.
Whereas you could go to an amazing party and you're in a really bad headspace and you're never going to have fun. I also feel like the other thing that happened to me recently, which happens a lot, is I'll have a nap, wake up from the nap, and I will not be able to shake it off, and I'll go out regardless, but I'll just feel.
That's why I don't nap.
No, I stopped.
Naps fuck me up.
I know I did stop napping, but
because
then
I have a nap in the day and then I wake up suicidal. Like
Right.
I feel so depressed. Like, and then the fact that I have to go somewhere or perform, I'd rather just be really tired.
No, naps are actually terrible.
Yeah. That's the other takeaway.
That's the other thing.
Sleep more, but don't.
Naps are terrible. But then also because recently I've been like getting into coffee.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard about
Yeah, I have.
coffee. It's like a bean.
Yeah.
They like smash it up. Or
I
something,
didn't
don't
know you started drinking
No, but
coffee. You've never been a coffee
I
drinker.
have to stop.
What are you obsessed?
I have to stop. No. It's making me very upset.
Yeah, it's
Like,
bad. It's bad.
It's really bad. Like
Yeah.
it's like a come down you have. It's
but also,
awful.
but when you're coming up, it's like
Yeah, but-
everything is like I'm so agitated
it's
when I've
a
had
drug.
too much.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. Like the high is like your high.
Yeah.
And it for like it lasts for 10 minutes, and then I spend
You
6
crash.
hours. Like questioning everything in my
Yes.
life and feeling super sad and like just literally walking around like this. And it's because I had like half an iced latte. It's crazy. And it's crazy to me that people live their life, like their personality is that they drink coffee.
You get more used to it, because I do drink quite a lot of coffee, but because I don't eat as much anymore, because I just don't have an appetite in the same way that I used to.
Okay.
It's really weird.
Good for you.
Not to brag.
Not to brag, but
Not to brag. I just like
I'm
don't
really
think
skinny.
about food.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it really sends me quite fucking west if I haven't eaten and I've had like 2 coffees, and I'm like, I'm on another planet. I'm sending horrible messages to exes.
Crazy to me that it's legal.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I was Keir Starmer.
Yeah.
Ban coffee
Let us smoke.
in the beer gardens, but ban coffee.
Criminalise coffee.
Criminalise coffee. That's also, add that to the manifesto.
We went to a really fun New Year's Eve party once together, and I think this story is so like the summation of like the differences between you and I. But you had a hotel room where the party was, and you said I could. Dad, you even said I could say that?
No, I didn't say you could say.
Yeah, because you were like, I might chirps.
That's
So
why I
you
had
were
a
like-
hotel room. I was like, it's New Year's Eve.
Yes.
This is like the hope. This is what I mean. I'm living in a fantasy world. It's New Year's Eve. The party was at a hotel, so I was like, I'm going to get a room. And I was like, I'm probably going to meet the love of my life at this party. But what
And
actually
then
happened?
What happened was it was a really fun party, but suddenly like my social battery was depleted. But I was like, oh, Amelia has a room. So I went to reception and I was like, oh, I'm here with Amelia. Like, she's my friend. Can I have a key?
She's busy meeting the love of her life.
Yeah,
upstairs.
she's busy chirping, but like, can I have a key for the room? And they were like, well, no. And then I called you and I was like, could you just say yes? It was a bit like when I called my mum saying, can you just say yes to me getting my belly button pierced? And my mum was busy, so I knew she was busy. I was like, Amelia, can you just say yes to these guys? They gave me a key to your hotel room. And then I went into your hotel room and there was some pajamas under the pillow. And I thought, oh, that's so nice. Like the hotel's like left pajamas out for everyone.
So you put the
I
pajamas
put
on,
the pajamas on. And then you came in and you hadn't chirped.
which is obviously that would happen.
And you were like, you're wearing my fucking pajamas. And I was like, oh, I thought they were hotel pajamas. And you were like, they're M&S pajamas.
my
My
M&S pajamas.
M&S pajamas. Then I just lay there and I was like, do you want me to take them
And I
off?
was like, no, it's fine.
You were like, no, it's fine. I'll
fine.
just find something else to sleep.
Just sleep in this hand towel I found in the bathroom.
But I feel like that's so like you're so, it's actually so like I've always been so disorganized and chaotic about my fun. I think you're more
Or just like when I stay in a hotel, I always get my pajamas out and I put them under my pillow.
It's really cute. Yeah, it's really cute.
When people would come round to my house, my mum would have like spare toothbrushes that she would label with people's names.
That is so cute. That is so
And I
cute.
actually do that now.
Do you do that
now?
now?
Not the labelling thing.
But you have spare toothbrushes.
I have spare toothbrushes.
That's
yeah.
a really cool.
Yeah.
That's really chic.
For all of the
lovers. Yeah, and then you label them afterwards.
Yeah.
And then put them in a box under your bed.
Just to let them know that like they're not the only person in my
life. As a way to count your body count. Like you've got all these labelled toothbrushes
body count is
under
literally
your bed. Just
toothbrushes. Literally, yeah.
Actually, I just think, well, I've always felt like I've annoyed a lot of our friends by how loud I am.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I don't know if I ever annoyed you.
You know what? Like,
be honest.
No, I don't know. Like, you are not. No, actually, no. I feel like there's other people that are more annoying.
Do you think? Well, I think when we went to Italy, do you remember we went to that bar on that night and like I kept getting shushed?
Yeah, but didn't you get getting shushed by our own friends?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was being shushed by our friends. And I was like,
Yeah.
but then the bar person came over and also said, you are being really loud.
Okay, yeah.
But I think we are all quite loud.
Yeah.
As a group of people.
Sorry that we're fun.
So sorry that we're
Sorry that
fun.
we have personality.
Yeah, because also we were in this bar and everybody else in the bar were like extras. It was like we were in a scene of Made in Chelsea. I can't explain it. It was like no one was speaking.
Yeah.
When we would stop speaking, the bar was silent. We're in this massive courtyard, like literally 100 people. No, when we'd stop speaking, it was silent. So I was like, guys, we're in Sims. Like it was really weird. It was like NPCs. And then we got told off. Anyway.
But yeah, I feel like you're a lively person, but you're like, at least like when you're being loud, like the things you're saying are funny. Like imagine, you know,
having an annoying, unfunny friend.
Yeah, or like a loud friend that wasn't even funny.
Yes.
Like a man, you know.
Yes, just all men.
All men. Imagine being around a man.
Imagine men. Imagine.
Yeah, literally.
How do you find, what's your dream actual date?
My dream date?
Yeah.
My dream date.
You like going to a pub?
I like going to a pub. Yeah, I like going to a pub because it's kind of relaxed in
That's
there.
why I like a pub date.
At first, I was very pro like eating for a first date. For some reason, I had it in my head. I think it's because of chicken shop date, probably. I'm just like not scared of eating on a first date.
Yeah.
But so for a while, I was like suggesting dinner dates. But now I'm totally against that.
Why?
Because, not totally against it, but I just feel like it's a bit of more of an awkward vibe. I think that when you're just having a drink, it's more relaxed. And I actually went on a first dinner date recently, and the guy was so like obsessed with like how he was looking while he was eating, and he was so nervous about like having stuff on his face that it would like made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, but better that than like he has stuff on his face and doesn't know.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean?
It would better. No, the most perfect situation would be that he just like was the perfect eater.
Yes,
and
he knew how to eat.
He knew how to eat, and he didn't.
But it's probably because he's seen you eat, and you eat very delicately on chicken shop date. Like you're like a very graceful eater, and maybe he just really overthinking
because I'm just nibbling.
that.
Well, he was eating pizza, and he started getting the knife and fork out. I was like,
oh,
it was ick.
Yeah,
it was ick.
Well, do you know what's ick is like when someone like if you go on a date with someone with a beard, no offense to people with beards, and then they have food or drink in the beard.
No, that's why I don't date people
Yeah,
with beards.
no, same. Also because of my acne, it really triggers my acne.
A short beard, yeah.
Yeah, but still quite bad for my skin.
Yeah, it's crazy when you first start kissing people with stubble.
You get like a rash.
Yeah, I literally remember like the first time I did it, and I was like, wait, what's happened? Like I've become.
I'm allergic to this person.
I'm allergic. Yeah, but then you realise, then your skin gets used to it.
Yeah.
I feel like.
So you like a
pub date or like a drink.
And not eating.
I mean, I went on a really fun date where I was going to see an usher. I was going to see an usher.
I'm going to talk to the usher in the theatre.
I went to an Usher concert and I had a spare ticket, so I invited a guy to come see Usher with me. That was really fun.
God, that's a unreal first
it was
day.
Unreal.
That's an unreal first
unreal.
day.
It was so
Was
good.
it a good day?
It was a really fun day, yeah. And it was in Paris.
Oh my God, yeah, of course I remember this.
I got the Eurostar.
Yeah, that's unreal. That's really unreal.
It was like everything that I was always saying to my friends. I was like, I'm just going to fly someone out.
Yeah,
Not that I even flew them out. But like,
I'm going to train them out. I'm just going to get them on the Eurostar from St. Pancras. First class, baby.
And it was actually really fun. I also think that when you like going to a concert with someone is actually really fun. Yeah. I really want to go on a date to ABBA Voyage.
That is such a good day.
Yeah, I really want to do that.
That is such a good day.
I think I might ask someone soon.
Okay, well, someone will give you tickets from listening to this, 100%.
Yeah, your dad is obsessed.
My dad's
with
obsessed. My dad's been like 6 times, but that would be the best date.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that would be the best
because
day.
you like have a little drink before you go and you get to like watch ABBA.
Although I will say I've dated a lot of men who hate ABBA.
No, but then you also know if they're like good vibes or not, because whether they like ABBA is like a barometer of like if they're a good person.
Yeah, if they're a good person. If they don't like ABBA, they're a serial killer. Okay, just be warned.
Literally, but like going to a concert with someone is really fun, like because you can suss out immediately like if they are a fun person.
Yeah,
because
also
they like live music. If you don't like live music, then
if you don't like live music, then
something's wrong with you.
Yeah, but also it's even funny because if you don't like hologrammed live music, what is wrong with you? You have something deeply broken in your psyche.
Exactly.
Okay, ABBA Voyage. That's a good idea for a dream for a next first day. Yeah. Okay, so people have submitted situations, dilemmas that have happened to them basically on like nights out or in social situations. This one is really mad. I was at a hen do and my best friend, the bride-to-be, got really fucked and told us that she fancies someone at work and doesn't know if she wants to go through with the wedding. The next day, she pretended it didn't happen and the wedding's in October. What should I do?
Oh my goodness.
What would you do?
Honestly, isn't that every
Getting
bride?
Married.
Isn't that most brides? I just feel like...
This is why I don't think people should get married. I just really think marriage is so cringe, honestly.
Think most people I talk to who are in relationships like fancy someone at work.
Yeah, but also this is the thing about marriage is that like I think we have this crazy idea that like you're supposed to get with someone and then never fancy anyone for the rest of your life. So like when my friends who are in relationships will have like a sex dream about someone, they'll be like, I feel so bad. I'm like, that's completely normal. Yeah, it was just a fantasy in your head. You're allowed to have those things. But I think getting married, then it puts this forced pressure on like, this is forever. I would say, just tell your friend not to get married.
Oh, I would say
just get married.
Get married.
Can we come?
You're probably gonna get divorced anyway.
Yeah,
so
but that's the thing that annoys me about marriage. It's like, if you're gonna get divorced, why are you making everyone spend all this money to like come to your wedding and then you're gonna get divorced?
Yeah, it's true. But like, especially if it's a bad wedding. Like if it's a good wedding, then fine, it's a fun party.
Yeah,
and you're not paying. You're like the guests aren't paying for it.
But if it's like an abroad, say if you have to like go abroad for like a wedding, spend like money, if you have to get your own accommodation, whatever, then you have to buy gifts. And then 6 months later, they announce they're getting divorced. I would take that personally.
Am I really? I think I'm probably just really cynical. I'm just like always just thinking that everyone's going to break up. Like I'm probably I'm at weddings being like, well, great, good for now.
Yeah,
like,
but I agree. But then I hate the conceit of like till death do us part. Well, can't we just say like until we get bored of each other?
Yeah.
Like that's the part that I hate. It feels so like forced and performative, and it's always people who like put on the biggest show that end up breaking up.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, we're both like not very into weddings.
No, we are really
like
not.
Marriage. I think it's because our parents were never married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also I think it's because maybe we are more cynical.
Yeah. But also we're always single. It's probably why we're like, I hate marriage. Like,
I'm not spending another fucking £1,000 to come and watch you guys declare your love to each other.
When we're just there like,
when we're there like the fucking comic relief. Like, so how's work going?
Literally. Yeah, so I would say, I'm going to say just go on.
Just
get
go
married,
on. Be the bride. Have a fun day.
Have an affair. Like, why not?
Yeah, that's so true. Have an affair. Just have an affair.
Except my parents did get married.
Mine have had a civil partnership now.
So
yeah,
sorry.
but
We
they
were
had a
just
civil
lying.
partnership. That's different.
Yeah.
Like they were anti-marriage. That was the point.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why, you know, we've been raised to be so like cool feminists.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Mum and Dad.
Thank you. But I will never get married. Although I would love to have a Scottish wedding.
Okay. I'm glad we got that filmed so that we can play that at your wedding in Scotland. With your dad doing the bagpipes.
My dad doing the
Like, I
bagpipes.
never wanted this. I've been forced into this.
Everyone's in a kilt. That's just, I would love that. Okay. My boyfriend is a bad drunk. He's not mean. He's just really bad at dancing.
Okay, I already know where this is going.
That's it. That's the whole
Oh,
thing.
dump him.
Dump him.
Dump him. A bad dancer.
No, bad.
Dump him.
But also, like, can someone learn to dance? I actually think I've gotten so much better at dancing.
When are you dancing?
I was dancing all day at Carnival when I was with you.
Okay, yeah.
And then in Italy, I was dancing.
Okay. Yeah,
I was
yeah.
dancing.
Yeah.
But I've gotten better at dancing.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
been
yeah.
taking like private lessons on
What?
YouTube.
No, you haven't.
I've been watching YouTube
Really?
videos.
I have a one-to-one dance instructor.
Oh my God, can I come?
No, it's one-to-one.
This is like the pajamas all over again. It's like I
No,
just turn up.
you're not on the list.
Amelia's dance lesson.
You're not on the list. Yeah, I think. Well, to be honest, bad drunk. I couldn't date a bad drunk.
No, I couldn't. I definitely, yeah.
Because I'm a good drunk. Like I feel like
Same.
I'm never sloppy. Never. I'm good. I'm a good drunk. I always remember everything. I feel like if you need to match my level of drunk.
Yeah, I think because I have gone out with people who are really bad drunks, and it's really, really stressful. And
Also, you can never understand what they're saying.
but
It's
also,
always slurring. I'm like, sorry, what is that?
no,
what
but
was
like
that?
this is one of the reasons why like I'm so happy being single. But like my worst nightmare in a relationship is being out at a really fun party and then my boyfriend being too fucked and I have to take them home. That's like the worst. And I'm actually having a great time and then I have to take my boyfriend home.
I used to date someone who would fall asleep at parties. Like,
So did I.
yeah, they would just. I would be like, "Oh, where's he gone? He's asleep."
He's asleep.
Like in the middle of the dance floor, someone else's bed. Like, and I'd be like, "What?" And I don't know. Is that better or worse than someone being too drunk?
I think that's
falling
better.
falling
I think
asleep.
that's better
Yeah.
than them being like loud and maybe like shouting at people and then you're like,
Yeah.
right, I've got to go, I guess. Who's a better drunk?
Who's a better drunk? Well, sometimes I get a bit anxious when I'm drunk because I don't think I'm being fun enough. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like I could be more fun.
I don't know. It's like when you get in your head.
I get
yeah,
that's
you get
what-
in your
I
head.
get in my
Yeah.
head and I'm like, I'm at this party, but like I'm not being fun enough.
Yeah.
And then
No, I think you're a really good like energy on like in those situations.
I feel like that's something that I always crave is like imagine being the person who like everyone wants at the party. Like
Yeah.
that's an amazing person.
I think we are both those people.
Yeah, but like yeah, obviously. But like I'm just talking about like other
Whoa,
people.
like speak for yourself. Everybody wants me at their parties. I just don't want to go.
But like that is I think like is an amazing person
Yeah.
is the person that you always want at the party.
That is true. And there are people in our lives who I would always want to be at a party.
Yeah. I think that's also how you know that you really love someone if you're like this party would be better if they were here.
Yeah, that's nice. Do you ever feel that way about me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
I feel that way about so many of our friends.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
as well. And I feel that's kind of what I mean when I'm at a really good party and I'm like, God, I just wish all my friends were here.
Yeah.
That would make this so much better if we were all together. Somebody said, I've just moved to London. Welcome. I'm single and I hate dating apps. Where is good to try and meet people? I'd never leave my house. So
Skate park.
skate park.
I remember when I was younger, when I was in school, I wrote a list of places to meet boys.
Which skate park?
Probably
Cantelos.
probably the one like on the South Bank.
Oh God, yeah. We actually used to go there
Just
and watch
lurk.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, but also
Yeah,
like
but I don't know if this
I've
person is necessarily a 16-year-old Amelia.
I've got this photo of you guys. Have a look.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
Were parties more fun then
sorry, I feel like we look
completely different.
But I also think we look so much better now.
Oh, right. Yeah, I mean, I have black hair. So
I don't think we look better, but I just think then I looked really old. Don't you think I look like...
You look younger now.
I look younger now.
Yeah, you look younger now than when you were
how old then?
16.
16.
I'm head to toe in American Apparel, obviously.
I do like your hair like that.
Yeah, parties are more fun now. But I don't know, like, they were really fun back in the day as well.
Yeah,
And,
I think...
everyone was, like, I don't know, like, parties were really fun when we were younger.
And also there was an innocence then that we just don't have now, which is like...
And everyone was on the same level. I feel like everyone was in the same stage in their life. Whereas now you can be the same age as someone and you're in a completely different stage in your life.
That is exactly it.
And I think that when you're a teenager, like everyone's doing the same things for the first time and it's just more of a level playing field, which means sometimes you can have more fun. Whereas now sometimes I'll be out and then people will just leave early because, you know, they've got a child.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. And it's different.
If you were going to host your dream party with like all the money and all the access in the world, who would you get to perform?
Is there a performer?
Well, like if you had all the money in the world, it's like people
I don't want a performer.
Okay, who would you get to DJ?
Mark Ronson.
Love.
That was so quick.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I thought you were going to say our guy in Italy, but sure.
Oh, sorry. The 14-year-old
He can support Mark Ronson. No, Mark Ronson, that would be...
Can support the 14-year-old.
Yeah, Mark Ronson can open for the 14-year-old. So
headline act would be the 14-year-old from Italy. Then we'd have Mark Ronson.
For 5 minutes. And where would it be?
Like, I'd also like Kate Tronada there as well.
Great, yeah.
And I'd also like the ABBA Voyage hologram.
Amazing.
Yeah. Where would it be? It could
be in that.
No, in the Copper Box Arena.
It could be in the Copper Box Arena. Everyone can have a hot dog.
It would probably be in London. And because then I could have everyone that I want to be there. But I'd also like a budget to fly people out. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You've got all the money in the world.
I've got all the money in the world. Okay,
you've got budget.
Or maybe in New York. Like, New York's quite fun to have a party.
But, like, where?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, exactly. I think...
Okay, in London, in, like, maybe... I don't know what venue. Like, a house.
It would be so cool to... I'm not going to tell you what you should do.
What? Because I'll steal it.
No, I'm saying because it's your... I'm not going to, try and...
I don't know the exact venue, but basically, like, the venue has to be good.
Yeah, an amazing good venue, which can fit the ABBA Voyage hologram
in it. Yeah,
Wembley Stadium.
And then I would have, like unlimited alcohol, and I'd have a really fun dance floor, and I'd have a fun smoking area, and it would be on until
4, and then
30.
with a good after party.
Yeah, and with an afters.
Yeah,
and that would be my night. Oh, and then like all my crushes were there, and they
all
were
your
all
crushes,
like in a line trying to get with me, like lined up in a queue.
And they're all single, and they're not in any situationships. Yeah. They've got no confusing situations going on.
No confusing situations.
They all have come for you.
Actually, hang on. I don't want them all there. That would be really stressful. I want the one that I fancy at the time to be there.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. And maybe with one backup one.
In case
he gets like food poisoning
exactly.
or gets too drunk.
Yeah.
Then you still have someone. Okay. That sounds like a great party.
Thank you. You're invited.
Thank you so much. I'd be really, really pissed off if I wasn't.
You're on the guest list.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, really quickly, when you threw your Valentine's party this year.
And you didn't get in.
I was in the queue outside, and there was all of these people who like barely knew you, and I was in the queue, and I was like, and then your mum and dad left, and I was like, poor Linda. And then your mum went up to the guy at the door and was like, please, can you just let her in, like in front of all these people? She's one of Amelia's best friends. And they were like, it doesn't work like that. And Linda was like, instead of me, I'm leaving. Can you just let Grace in? Linda,
take one for the team.
What a legend. No, she would be at the party. No, at the start.
At the beginning.
They would be there
They're
at the
always
beginning.
at the beginning. My parents are there at the beginning and then they have to leave.
That's the perfect way to do it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. This is great.
I love you so much.
Love you too. Thank you for having me. I can't wait to go to a party again with you.
I know.
Now I just want to go out. What time is it?
We'll go out loads. Let's go out loads in this. It's September.
It's September.
Yeah. Let's go.
I mean, summer's not over yet.
Summer's like happening.
Summer's not even until Halloween.
Exactly. And we've got like 2 months. Love you. Thank you. Oh, last question. What is your excuse when you want to leave a party? And you can use it to leave now.
What is my excuse to leave a party is probably I want to think of
From the sounds of this podcast, you don't leave.
I don't leave. No, it's just I'm
You're just
actually.
Where's everyone going after? Where are you going after? Where's
I'm probably told to leave.
Yeah.
The house lights go up. House lights go up, and I'm like,
okay. Anyone?
The house lights tell me to leave, and I go.
And then you're like, that's my cue to leave.
That's a wrap, everybody.
If anybody wants to come and hang out in the car park, I'll be there.
No, I'll probably just be like, my cab's outside.
Yeah, that's a classic. Thank you so much. I love you.
Love you too.
That was so fun.
Thank you, everybody.